Good day. It is July 2020 and I'm out here with our dog Baby in order to do a test because we have a flea infestation, and I've got some things for the fleas, but I'm trying to make sure they're safe for dogs. So I want to do an actual test on fleas, and we're going to be using EcoSmart flea and tick control, and we're going to be using Natural Care flea and tick home spray, and then we're going to be using nyguard. I've already put some fleas into the plates as they've come up on my legs because we're having an infestation. And make a long story short, the EcoSmart, those fleas are dead on contact within several seconds of hitting this chemical. You could say they drowned, but I don't believe that's accurate. And then this is the Natural Care Flea and Tick home spray. And again, those fleas, they can jump out of the plate sometimes, but essentially they are dead on contact. And the one I'm not happy with is the nyguard, and that's this one here. So I have some fleas, they are jumping on my legs. We have an infestation. You can see there's several of them on me, so I'm going to try and focus on the fleas and get them to hopefully fall off into the nyguard. Oh, they jump right out sometimes, so let me spray a little bit more in there. They jump out as soon as they hit the plate sometimes. These fleas are horrible. Absolutely hate them. So I think I might have some more. There's one right there. So you can see, try and focus on the nyguard, hold this thing still. And as you can see, the flea is moving around. Continuing to move, maybe get a little bit closer on the focus. And it's definitely moving. And I've done a test a little earlier today, and as you can see, this is advertised as kills on contact. Okay, nyguard kills on contact. And you can see that that flea is moving around, swimming around. It's definitely not dead. And go over here to the stuff's drying because it's over 100 degrees outside today. So this is the Natural Care. Alright. And I have a few fleas that have just been put in there. Let's see how long the Natural Care. Okay. You could say they're drowning, but I think they're dying from some formulation of the essential oils or whatever's in there, because they're definitely dying. They're not moving at all. So I'll go back over here to the nyguard, and we're going to look at this flea here. It is still moving around, still swimming. There's a spider actually that fell in there. It's a spider. Seems to be dead. The flea, no. So then we go over here to the EcoSmart, and you can see a couple fleas in there. Absolutely not moving. Again, this is all about Baby. And at first I thought Baby was getting fleas from that tree stump where there's a lot of squirrels. And then I found out that every time I walked in the driveway and up to the porch, I would get 5 to 10 fleas on my ankles. And here's another one. Let's see if I can get this one to fall off into the EcoSmart. You can see it's right there on my leg. Okay, whatever it's called. Alright, it's jumping around. Okay, so in real time, it's the EcoSmart. In real time, how long does it take for the flea to stop moving? This stuff is supposed to be safe for animals. As you can see, it's not moving. And it hasn't even been 5 seconds, I don't think, and that thing is not moving at all. So I would say this is the one that should say kills on contact. Go back to the orange guard, and let's see how that flea's doing down there. Okay, definitely is. I think, you know, you should be able to see that it is still moving. And it's been in there for now a couple minutes. And I'm gonna go back over here to the natural care again. This stuff's supposed to be safe for your dogs. I'll show you the ingredients here. Peppermint oil, eugenol, sodium lauryl sulfate, which I've heard is not good for dog skin. And the EcoSmart, let's see what's in there, is essential oils. Okay. Shake well before using. I don't think I did. Alright, I want to be fair. Shake it up real good. Alright, so what happens when you use this stuff on your dog because they have fleas? Alright, so there's some chemicals in there that work to kill fleas, and those chemicals are dangerous to your dog. Alright, you use them and they can kill your dog. Alright, so then I started using this stuff for our dog because she had dry skin and was itchy. Natural care, it's really good smelling and has tea tree oil and stuff. Seemed to work real good. But then I needed a flea and tick shampoo, and this is the stuff that I got. The ingredients are listed here. I've heard again the sodium lauryl sulfate is bad for you, bad for the dogs, and I recommend you to go to a website called fourlegger.com and look at their guide to pet shampoo ingredients. They are all organic and organically sourced, and depending on where the chemicals come from, they can be really bad for your dog. Alright, so I'm gonna check my legs again, see if I see any fleas, and then I'm gonna read you something interesting about what happens when you have fleas all over your body, and then you get a feeling like you have fleas but you don't. There's a thing called formication. Alright, so formication sounds just like another word that I'm sure we've all heard, formication, and that is the sensation that resembles that of small insects crawling on or under the skin when there is nothing there. That's what happens to me when I have fleas jumping on me or my dog. Pretty soon I feel like every single thing is a flea, and I go kind of nuts. It's a type of paresthesia. One type is better known as pins and needles, tingling or prickling sensation. There's also a thing that's interesting called delusional parasitosis, and people who take stimulants like methamphetamine or cocaine, they can come to believe there's actual bugs under their skin, and they can tear and just rip at their skin. And you look at meth addicts, and they've usually got 50 or 60 pimple-looking things on their face that they've picked at. So I'm sitting here reading this to take up time so that hopefully as I'm sitting here you can actually see there's a couple more fleas that have crawled up on my legs, jumped up on my legs, and I'm going to go back and knock them off. I'm doing this as an experiment because I really care about the dog. It's just disgusting. It's horrible. Alright, what can cause formication? Menopause, pesticide exposure, neuropathy or nerve damage, especially the diabetic type, mercury poisoning, skin cancer, syphilis, which is a sexually transmitted disease, and then there's also herpes zoster, which is shingles. It is not a sexually transmitted disease, even though it has the word herpes. Also, you can see this in withdrawal from alcohol, delirium tremens or DTs. We don't see that a lot anymore because we've developed medications to help with the DTs and alcohol withdrawal. Benzodiazepine withdrawal can be so horrible that people have actually wanted to or actually committed suicide. It is horrible to get off of Xanax and some of these other Valium and these other benzodiazepines. They are extremely addictive. You should never use a benzodiazepine for more than 2 weeks, or you will most likely become addicted and need a medically managed withdrawal. Good luck with that. Look up Jordan Peterson and his recent incident with getting off of benzos if you want to know how bad that is. Other medications can cause formication, so look up a list. And then they can also be a side effect of opioids, so be very careful. If you have these sensations, they may not just be your mind. Alright, so I'm going to go back over here. I want to be fair, shake it up. Before I do it, we're back to the orange guard. Alright, so kills on contact. Any person can see clearly that that bug is still bouncing around. So I'll spray a little more in there and I'll knock this one. I've got one more. I'm going to try and knock it in there. Alright. So we've got that one crawling around now, and it's swimming. Alright, we'll go back to that one in a minute, but it looks like it's going to swim out of the whole damn pan. I don't think this stuff is working. I'm going to try and show you something. Here's the Ortho Flea and Tick control, and I'm going to go show you. This is the pan, though, is the orange guard, right? So be fair, kills on contact. I believe you can see all of those fleas are moving around still. Yeah, swimming around. They're not dead. Okay. And I'm going to show you what happens when I spray some EcoGuard on there. Okay, and that's called EcoSmart, sorry. Okay, here we go with the EcoSmart. 2 little sprays. And let's see what happens. So now you have a mixture of the 2 chemicals. You can see they're slowing down a little bit. This is with the EcoSmart in the plate that has the orange guard. And that thing was swimming pretty strong. It looks like it just died. Alright, that thing's been swimming around for 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes, I don't know. It's still twitching, but I'm guessing the orange guard does not kill on contact. Pretty much that's obvious. Alright, so let's go back over here to the other 2 contenders. And again, I didn't really shake it up, but you can see that the natural care, this is the stuff that supposedly you can actually spray it on your animals, and these ingredients are safe for the dogs and I guess for the cats too. I didn't read about the cats. I saw some terrible reviews and I saw some fantastic reviews, so I wanted to do a real-time actual test to see, and those things are dead. I mean, they're not moving at all. So I guess that stuff works. Alright, I'm going to spray a little more in the plate. Have another flea on my toe here. I'm going to try and knock it off. And here it goes into the... Sorry about the focus issues, but there you go. Yeah, I mean, the thing's practically under the material, so it's not really a fair test. You know, did it drown or I don't know. Alright, so anyway, it definitely kills on contact. Here's another flea. This is disgusting, and that's why I thought you'd find the formication thing interesting. Alright, so there's another one, you know, and I'm lifting up the plate. Okay, this is the natural care. And let's see how long it takes for the little guy to stop moving. You know, I mean, definitely more of a kills on contact. None of those critters are moving, not at all. Alright, I'm going to stand up and try and look. Oh, here we go. Got one on the back of my leg crawling around, so I'm going to try and get it to fall into the EcoSmart. See if it does. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it fell in there or not. Okay, here's another one, or several actually. Okay. Alright, so several just fell into the EcoSmart, and let's see, I don't see them moving. Okay, so the shampoos, and then there's this stuff called Diatomaceous earth. You use this in filters. I don't think this has any kind of chemical in it. I think it's actually just Diatomaceous earth, which was about $10 for a 10-pound bag, no, 4-pound bag. Okay, and it interrupts the exoskeleton of the critters. But you can buy this stuff at a swimming pool store. You don't need to buy it in this form, where it's sold basically as an insecticide. A little more expensive. You can buy a 50-pound bag of that stuff for probably 15 or 20 bucks at a pool store. Then I want to talk about this stuff here, which is the Hot Shot. And I got these other two chemicals, which I haven't used yet. I'm going to spray this in the yard, keep the dog out of the yard, but I'm worried about her walking around getting poisoned. But on the front porch, this is where we have to enter the house. Last night I sprayed this whole area with this chemical, and it kills fleas and kills by contact, I guess. I don't know, it was dark when I sprayed it, I'm not sure. I have this little tray set up here with some EcoSmart in it, and there's definitely some fleas that are dead. So before I walk in the house, I just simply knock the fleas off my leg and try and wash myself. So I'm going to check and see. Yes, I have more fleas on the back of my leg. Okay, so let's see if I can get this thing off. I'm kind of a bugophobe too, by the way. I really don't like bugs. Anyway, I sprayed the Hot Shot all around the porch here, and so I haven't been getting the fleas in this area. And as far as I can tell, I mean, I'm not seeing, I'm seeing dead bugs of different sorts. And I came out here this morning and I actually did see some dead fleas on the surface here. But yeah, there's definitely, dead insects and critters. But I'm not going to spray this whole area with that stuff. It's too expensive. So I'm not sure. We had to shut the doggy door, make sure the dog can't get out to the yard because she keeps getting more fleas. I've used that shampoo, the Natural Care, and haven't seen any fleas on her. I was using the Hearts shampoo, but I'm real worried about the poison. I don't want to have our dog get too much chemical on her. I also want to talk about these things. This is a stick material. As you can see, there's a fly on there that got stuck on there, and blow on that fly a little bit. You can see it's alive, but it's stuck. Fleas are attracted to white surfaces, and so this light on this little contraption, this thing's called a flea trap, and that's the replacement, sticky. And you can see there's a couple of fleas have gone in there and jumped on the white stuff, and they get stuck on there. So we're trying everything. I want to be sure I give the kind of a shout down for the Orange Guard. It's a great story on the internet, and I'm sure this stuff is helpful to some degree, but because I saw bad reviews on all of these products, and you saw me spray the EcoSmart onto the Orange Guard tray, then these fleas have not moved since, and before they were swimming around when it was just that stuff. I have a few more fleas here, so this is how bad it is. Push the things off, they fly into the pan, and this is the Natural Care. All right, Home Tick flea spray, and also some of their shampoos. And let's see, yeah, you saw some just fall in there just now, and they're not moving. Got another one on my leg right there. So I'm gonna try and knock it off into the EcoSmart stuff. Man, they're trying to bite me because they're stuck. Alright, so there's one that just fell in. It's kind of moving around. It's not drowning. It's in contact with the chemical. And I think it's fair to say that this stuff works pretty good, but let's see how long it takes before it's not moving at all. Yeah, I don't see moving, I don't see twitching, I don't see anything. So, alright, EcoSmart Flea and Tick Control, supposedly safe for your animals, and natural care, flea and tick home spray. You're supposed to be able to use these things on the furniture. You got to test your furniture first. Lots of dead fleas and stuff in there, not moving. And then this one, they were moving until I put the other chemical in there. All right, baby. What you doing, baby? No, no. Oh, she's going after a squirrel. All right, I gotta get the dog.